would say, as a mom, naturally we are a multitasker. I think women in general. This is the reason why I'm running, right? We wanna influence, like as parents, we wanna influence our kids to. Of course, I do believe that running is a sport for all. Like, yeah, I mean, just start. I mean,
Yeah.
for all the moms out there, don't be scared to do something different or other than what our role. Sometimes as us moms, we forget to think of ourselves.
Mayong adlaw mga ka-wellness, I'm Mara, your host, and welcome to BIDA Talks. Today, we're focusing the spotlight on a woman who has worn many hats, a dedicated mom, a career woman, and an active runner. Please help me welcome BIDA guest, Angelica Sy. Hello, Miss Angelica. Welcome. Sit down. How are you?
I'm good.
Very pretty, very fresh. Conscious mo sa tadring dapita. But you know, Miss Angelica, I've heard so much about you and I'm very interested to know about your story. If I may ask, for your very first question, it's very exciting though, when did you first decide to join your first marathon?
So I started running back in 2023. Towards the end of the year na, I ran for like 6 kilometers just to test it out. Like, how does it feel to me? And then eventually I found myself in 2024 still running. This time around, I'm adding more distance to my running. Mid 2024, I guess that's when I kind of like decided to run a marathon. So I ran my first marathon earlier this year. So yeah.
Wow, and it's been going on ever since. And I've heard you have 2 kids as well. So I cannot imagine how you actually balance motherhood and then your full-time job and then having to train for all your runs. How do you balance it? What's your secret?
I think I would say, as a mom, naturally we are a multitasker. I think women in general. So other than that, that helps actually. And then other than that, it's time management. And then I would also say that if you have the right people to support you, like your support system, of course, that's also necessary for you to be able to have time to train or to run. So I have my husband helping me with the kids. Obviously, I wouldn't be able to free up a little bit of my time if not for him, for sure.
That's right. And I do believe support system is the ultimate key, especially when you're raising kids as well. But have your kids taken interest in running as well? Have they influenced them with an active lifestyle?
Well, I hope so. Like, this is the reason why I'm running, right? We wanna influence, like as parents, we wanna influence our kids to be active. I mean, I know there are also kids that are really active, but I have 2 girlies, like very girly, so they're not really into sports. So I'm really hoping that they would always see us because me and my husband runs, obviously. So I hope it will influence them to do some activities. It may not be running, it depends what they will choose, but it's okay. Karon man god nowadays, in the digital world, all the kids are staying at home, you know, with their gadgets and things like that. So it's really very important nowadays to have something or encourage them to do something.
You mentioned nowadays, and people are so busy with media and everything.
I know.
But what's interesting really is Cebu now has a culture of running, right? If you see it on TikTok, you see it on Facebook. We're not just into posting dances on TikTok anymore. We're running, we're training for runs. Is this something you're very excited about, considering that there are a lot more people getting into running?
Yes, of course. I do believe that running is a sport for all. Like, anyone can run, be it kid, you know, you're an adult, even old people still run. So it's open. It's, for me, it's a great sport that if you are a little bit intimidated on some other sports, this is a good start.
And you
for
know, it's true. And you know, as they say, running does not discriminate because running is for all people, for all walks of life, really. But it's not an easy feat to keep training, like I mentioned, and balancing
Yeah.
life. But there are times when we can get anxious, we can get low or demotivated. So in a world where there's so many things given to you and on your plate, how do you keep yourself motivated to keep going?
I'm a very planned and organized person. So I do kind of like schedule everything. I love seeing, put everything that I do, personal or work, I put it in the calendar. Like I have to do my laser, I have to do everything. I have to go to school or there's a meeting and things like that. So if you have planned your week, regardless if there's a day that you don't feel like doing it, but because you had it instilled in your mind na, this is part of my plan, then it's okay. So that's why I have my training plan also for my weekly training plan for my runs. So separate to my personal life, separate sa ako ang work life. And then I merge them all so I can see like, what do I do today?
That's quite interesting.
Everything.
And you know, I actually talked to you earlier today and you mentioned you train 5 to 6 times a week, is that right?
Yeah, I would say so, yes. 5 to 6 times a week.
How's that possible? I mean, how do you balance it all? I cannot imagine having to squeeze in at least an hour of your day to train or to run. How do you do that? Do you sleep at least 8 hours a day? Well, how is
Yeah.
that like?
Just like what I said earlier, other than managing your time well, balancing your life in general, you also need a support system to be able to execute, what you need to do. But come to think of it, if you're able to run 5 to 6 times a week, not all runs would take you a long hour or, like longer.
Yeah.
You could run for like 30 minutes to, let's say, 45 minutes. And you can easily just, I would say, you won't even notice you're watching TV or you're holding your phone by just doing that. So maybe it's not very, ano sabi tawagan na, unusual
Yes.
to be able to run for like an hour a day because we're even able to use social media or watch on
Yeah.
YouTube or TikTok, right?
True.
Spend a little bit of time on our gadgets, so that's still fine.
That's true. It's basically using your
Doable.
time wisely. Yes, doable.
Doable.
And of
That's
course,
the
I'm
word.
sure you've joined a lot of marathons, a lot of trainings. What's one unforgettable moment in one of your marathons? Maybe something funny, something you can't forget.
I've only ran one marathon so far. Definitely planning to run another for sure. But I have done, countless half marathons, I would say. That would help you build you up so that you're able to run longer distance, obviously.
Amazing.
So,
Yeah, and I think one question that a lot of people who are into running these days is, what is your pre-run routine? I know a lot of
Pre-run.
people have shared, like maybe listening to music, maybe meditating. What's yours?
Kuan. What do I do other than I'm in our running community? I'm known for like running, wearing lip tint,
Wow, very
and then
girly.
bringing my lip tint as well during race. So I think that's one that's like I'm holding my power inside my pocket. Like sometimes when you're a little bit sweaty or you're tired already, and then you remember, oh, there's a pitik over there. Good thing I have lip tint. So it cheers you up a little.
Yeah.
But before the run, of course, other than retouching, I listen to music and then I hype myself a little bit. But the most important thing is actually not before the run, but what you did, before your run or before your race. So it's very important that you sleep well and then you're well hydrated. Obviously, you had eaten, well as well. And then that's it.
Amazing, amazing. And I love the lip tint. I love the superpower that women have because like, asan ay pitik? My goodness. And when you look at Facebook, mangita na dyan kasi mga naang, no, asa mo pwede na save during the pita. I really love that. And I think a lot of people will really be able to resonate with that because being a girly girl doesn't necessarily have to be just sitting down pretty. Because you can be a girly girl and wear your lip tint while you're sweating.
Correct.
While you're doing fitness and all the healthy activities.
After all, we're women, so we can do that. It's acceptable, guys.
Yes, and you can wear the pretty outfits and then take pictures. There's nothing wrong with taking pictures and then posting it on social media. I think a lot of people will be able to resonate with that. But do you ever feel pressure to keep it all up? Do you feel at some point you're gonna have to finish all this maybe?
I wouldn't say pressured. I would say if you're enjoying what you're doing, you don't feel pressured. But of course, there are days wherein like, daga na sad. Or, that's normal. It's part of the cycle. But what's the most rewarding feeling is you get to have this, you get to experience this cycle of emotion. Yes. You feel exhausted, you feel drained, and then you get motivated again. Yes. Then you're inspired to run, and then you feel a little bit anxious before the race, and then once it's race day, it's all, I don't know, it's just part of the process. It's like cooking. It's like a recipe that you need to feel a little bit of this, you need to feel a little bit of that, you need to feel a little bit of this, so that at the end of your race, you can feel this type of like fulfilling feeling that you are, what do you call this? You're wanting to experience.
Yes. And it's really nice because the reward isn't something tangible when you run.
Correct.
It's not a medal after all. Correct. It's really more of the awareness that the experience that you actually got, that maybe the pounds that you are trying to shed, if that's something that you like to do. But really, a lot of people are also very curious. If you have a pre-run routine, what's an after-run routine you have as well, or anything that you do for self-care or to be able to recover?
Okay. So you need to refuel. That's what I learned. Of course, as a newbie runner, I've done a lot of mistakes in the past, to the point na I got a little bit sick, or it triggered my acid reflux, I would say. Because I didn't refuel, I didn't I didn't hydrate again. So what I do after race now is I eat. I just eat, and then kind of like trying to, ano ba tawag doon? Replenish.
Yes, eat and replenish. And of course, it's a reward as well.
Yeah.
Eat a lot of the things.
So, go to a breakfast buffet, I'd say. I mean, we do that most of the time.
Or samgyup. Samgyup. I remember running in TCLX, and right after we were just thinking about food. But I definitely resonate with that. But of course, your story has been very inspiring because you're not just a runner. You're a mother. You're a worker. And I think a lot of people, especially mothers out there, would want to start their active life as well. So for people, especially moms who want to start their fitness journey, maybe they say they don't have time or the energy for it, what would be your message for all of them?
I would say, again, running is a sport for all. So don't be intimidated by it. Just try. And then next is, I would say, I'd encourage all moms to do something physically. Obviously, this helped me take care of my family better because I'm healthier. So there are a lot of benefits actually that you can get if moran ka. Secondly, try to incorporate it with your daily life. And it's actually fun. Once a week, or one of my runs rather, I take my kids with me, or we take our kids with us while running, so they can play, they can run, and while you're running at the same time. It's actually a good family activity, I would say. Also, great bonding idea for kids and your spouse. And then what else? yeah, I mean, just start. I mean,
Yeah.
for all the moms out there, don't be scared to do something different or other than what our role. Because
Yeah.
I know there's like I wouldn't say murag somehow we define moms in a certain way na they have to do certain things. Sometimes as us moms we forget to think of ourselves, and then we need the eye time for ourselves also to be able to declutter our minds, like just relax and do
Yeah.
something. Yeah, I think that's what I would say.
Yeah, I love that. And the keyword is start.
Start,
Just
just
to start.
start.
Because
Yeah.
at the end of the day, if you don't do anything about it, you're going to regret it. So just start. I love that.
Correct.
Such powerful words, Angelica. Thank you so, so much. Before we actually wrap this up, one thing. What's one song in your Spotify playlist that is on repeat every time you run? One song.
I don't want to say the song from Dochi,
Anxiety.
Anxiety, because it's everywhere. I want to say right now, before I actually went here, I was listening to a song by Seven Hills Worship. I forgot the title of it though, but that's been on my repeat. So Hillsong in general or worship songs in general makes me a little bit calmer.
Yeah.
I sometimes play that song during my long, slow distance
Yeah.
running as well. So
I love that. Thank you very much. I'm definitely going to look that up on Spotify. But ladies and gentlemen, if Angelica's story resonated with you, if you know of anyone who might actually need some inspiration, some motivation to keep going, please do share this video to everyone. And of course, please do not forget the IPI Run 2025 is coming up on May 25, 2025. If you are a seasoned runner or if this is the first time, please do join us. This is open to everyone. And please do not forget that registration ends on May 1, 2025. Of course, Angelica Sy, thank you so much once again
Thank
for
you.
being here. I've learned so much from you. Everybody, this has been your host, Mara. And please do not forget to watch or look into our Facebook page so you will get updated. Once again, the IPI Run 2025, May 25, 2025. Till next time, here on BIDA Talks.